If your favorite cause has a big gala fundraising dinner once a year, this would be the perfect fundraiser to pair with their baked chicken and cash bar. Monique Renee here, pet and people photographer at Silver Paw Studio. On this channel, I give you tips and tricks to photograph foster and adoptable animals, tips for photographing snapshots of your own pets, and pro photographer insights. If that all sounds good to you, remember to paw the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, I know I said that greeting cards as a fundraiser is probably my simplest out of my 10 ideas, but this one could be even simpler. It's been a staple for photographers and causes for many years. What am I talking about? Gift certificates. This is part of my 10 video series of fundraising with photographers. In these YouTube videos, we're going to go over the basic overview of each type, but if you were interested in the tools and the nitty-gritty details of how to implement each type of fundraiser, be watching for my course that will be going live this fall of 2019. The best way to know when that course is available is to sign up for my PAC bulletin. So let's get on with today's idea. One of the questions I see come up a lot is which type of fundraising gala should you donate to as a photographer? For me, that's really simple. As a pet and people photographer, I like to donate to animal-related causes in my area. But if you're a different genre of photographer, you might be struggling a little bit. And here's the basic advice I give everyone. Donate to something that's already near and dear to your heart. It could be another kind of cause in your community. In my area, there is a magazine that comes out every month, and in the back, they'll talk about the galas that already happened. So think about those for the next year as something that you could potentially donate to. Another question that I hear a lot is, how much should I donate? And that is completely up to you. It could be based on how much the ticket price is for that event. So if it's more of an upscale event and people are expecting to be able to bid on higher level items, you can donate a little bit more. If it's a lower cost of entry type of event, you can maybe pare it back. So for instance, for my studio, on the big gala for my animal rescue causes, this is a big deal. This is their main event for the year. And so I will donate a session and several $100s towards an order credit. Now, if you're going to a smaller scale event, you might consider doing a gift certificate for just a business portrait or a mini session, something specialty. That's a lower prize amount for them to win, but they also don't have to invest as much. So really look at the event you'll be donating to and what people are going to be expecting to see there. And then also consider how much you can actually donate as the photographer. Now, some people wonder, as the photographer, should I donate the session fee plus an 8x10 or 16x20 print? Or should I do a session fee and a print credit or a canvas wrap? What should I do? I have found, because I'm a very custom studio, I don't want to box people into a particular size print. So I will donate my session fee plus a set amount of dollars towards whatever they want to order. That could be an album, a video, a memory box, anything they want. And then if they want to order beyond that, they certainly can. So that's how I structure my gift certificate amounts that I give as well. Of course, you need to look into your local laws and regulations. Some laws have structure around how much you can donate, when it expires, things like that. So really be on top of your game there. And then also the cause could have set requirements. We have a smaller event coming up here in the fall, and they're asking for donations of prizes where the person who donates it doesn't have to invest any more if they don't want to. So it's not just a percentage off your normal services, it's an entire service. So check with your local laws and with the cause to see exactly what they want. So another thing I hear a lot from photographers is, what should I bring? And sometimes the cause doesn't know. They are gathering all of the different donated items at once, and so they're juggling perhaps hundreds of donations. And So what I like to do is find out how much space I have for a little display. So I will frame the gift certificate, and I will of course bring business cards and rack cards. And then I want to know how much space I have because I want to bring the biggest print sample I can. Now, oftentimes you're stuck on a table with everyone else, so it might only even be 11 by 14. But if you can bring a 16 by 20 or even bigger, something that people will see across the room and come and say, hey, what's that? And that will give you a little bit more chance to raise more funds for that cause. You could also ask if there's room for an easel to put a larger print. Maybe you'll be at the end of one of the tables of donations. You can have an easel there with a pretty good size print. That would really have impact. Now, one of the things with the items that you are going to bring, now if you're attending the gala, just bring it with you ahead of time while they're all setting up. Usually an hour to 4 hours before the actual event, they're setting everything up at the venue. So you can bring everything then. Or if you don't plan to be at the event, be sure that you coordinate bringing your items and picking them up. Don't put this on the shoulders of the cause. They have all these other things they need to coordinate for this event and probably no space to put things in. So make sure if you're not attending that gala as a photographer or the person donating, that you schedule a time to drop off your information and to pick it back up. And also, actually, be really clear about that framed gift certificate. Do they get the frame and the gift certificate? Is that something that that person can walk away with who won? And I generally say yes. On the side of the cause, here's something that I've noticed is that sometimes the cause doesn't know where to start the bidding. I'm thinking about these as a silent auction item where there's the tables of items to bid on. You can sign up with a piece of paper or an app. And if you don't put a full retail value on your gift certificate or ask them to start at a minimum bid, it may not raise as many funds as you had hoped, or it has a big mismatch to what you donate to what they bring in. So definitely consider how much you want the bidding to start at. And this is something the cause might think to ask you or they might not. And so just have that in mind when you donate, especially if you're donating a big session with a big print credit. You might want to start that bidding at a higher amount. But if you're donating a smaller session, like the mini sessions we talked about, then it could be a smaller bidding amount, and then the increments. You can ask them to decide on the increments, or you can decide on, say, one person bids $100, the next person has to bid at least $20 more, or $10, whatever you want to put in there. Be thinking of those increments as well, and that will help the cause a lot. And then the last thing I want to touch on that I hear from photographers is be sure that before you even donate to the event, that they agree to give you the winner's contact information. Because what happens is after these galas and parties, they might have several things that they're juggling out of the building. And if they lose your information, you may never hear from them. So make sure that the cause gives you, as the person donating, like the photographer, the name and email and phone number of the person who won the gift certificate. You want to be right on it, contacting them within, say, a week. Even if they don't redeem it right away, it shows that you're mindful of them and that you're ready and excited to redeem their gift certificate. So definitely let the cause know ahead of time. I do have a few additional notes. There are a lot of photographers who donate to many of these events per year, especially if you're in a major city. There might be more galas that you can donate to. For my studio, I've scaled it back to 2 to 4 a year, and the 2 will have a pretty big package. And with that, my desire is just to have a higher impact on the fundraising efforts of that cause. Now, if you're a newer photographer, it might behoove you to donate to several of the causes, maybe at a lower amount, just to get your name out there, and people will associate you with the photography studio that you're starting up. And for photographers, consider donating outside the realm of your niche. So for me, I do a lot of animal related causes, but if I had something else I was really passionate about, I would consider looking at a different type of gala. So for instance, if you have a medical cause that you're passionate about, or a children's cause, or a location, maybe someone's trying to start a natural area in your area and they're having a gala, there's all kinds of other galas out there. So don't feel like you're stuck in your particular niche. Feel free to look outside and see what other galas there are that you could support, especially if they're near and dear to you and your family's heart. Gift certificates are kind of a staple of fundraising, but it's worth a refresher and really looking at it again. And so that's my overview of using gift certificates as a fundraising option. Remember, if you want more of the details on this type of fundraiser, in my course, I'll have all kinds of other ideas for the 9 other types of fundraisers as well. So if you want to know when that's being launched, again, sign up for the PAC bulletin link here and be watching here on YouTube for all the free videos as well. Are you a cause who has used gift certificates in a fundraiser? How did it go? What would you like other donors to know, like photographers? Let us know in the comments. I hope all of your fundraisers are full of all kinds of wonderful gift certificates. And as always, I wish you many woofs, purrs, and TREATSs. To 70, so it'd have to be way over there. I don't know. What do we think of this? Maybe if I sit up straight, that could help. Ooh.